And we're back, guys. Welcome to Tennis in a Minute. I'm your host, Get Energy. This channel is brought to you courtesy of the Doctrine of Fair Use as well as the Fair Dealings Act. We report under Section 107 of the Copyright Law. I'm your host, Get Energy. Let's get right into it. Coco Gauff, the future of tennis, taking on the hard-hitting Donna Vage. And this match was full of drama and controversy. And I sadly have to report it happened again. Discrimination, guys. But first, we're going to take a look at the early part of this match. Coco, the number 2 seed here in the Olympics, the number 1 ranked American, finds herself here after taking out the hard-hitting Isla Tomljanovic in the first round, handing out a bagel, ladies and gentlemen, in the second set. That's right. I had to put an emphasis on bagel because that was very impressive. Taking on someone like Isla, she's so mentally tough. Her stamina is amazing. And I've spoke highly of Isla for so many years. She's an amazing talent. And Marie Carley from Don't Cry For Me, Argentina, who Coco would hand out 2 breadsticks, win that match in straight sets 6-1, 6-1. And Carley, who literally has nearly 3 times the clay experience as Coco, more than twice as many clay wins on the surface, a very experienced clay player. Coco would handle her strength and power very well as her agility. And she would find herself here in the third round of the Olympics, taking on the hard-hitting Donna Vage, who has been playing very, very solid. She would take out Bronzetti Ciao in the first round and BB on the beat, Bianca Andreescu from Canada in the second round. Not dropping a set, the 13th seed would get off to a shaky start here in the first set. She would find herself down 4-1 and eventually 5-2. Now, Coco would end up having a set point, and Coco had the opportunity to take this first set, which I felt would have played a huge impact on the outcome of this match. Now, being up 5-2 early on in the first set, Coco was dominating. She was literally serving well, getting about 80% of her first serves in play, winning 75 plus percent of her first serves, 65 plus percent of her second serves. She would have 4 breakpoint opportunities against Donna in the first set, while holding Donna to literally under 50% won on the first serve, less than 65% won on the second serve. And Donna was just struggling overall with Coco's backhand. Coco was playing safe on the forehand side, sliding into shots, defending the short ball. Since Donna's been working with Pam, she's been improving on her short balls, her footwork. I've talked about this for many years. I've always spoke highly of Donna Vage. You know, I say Donna Vage does what Donna Vage does because of her power. She's so strong. She's able to dictate the pace and the tempo on court with her power, but she's not a great defender. But I feel her offense makes up for her lack of defense because she's so strong. She's able to keep opponents on the back foot so often, to where now that she's working with Pam, she can try to go to the short ball a little bit more. And that really puts her opponent on the back foot because now they're defending on clay. It's very tough to defend the short balls on clay because you're literally returning shots, where Donna can now creep up and hit easy winners. And we saw her late in the first set go to that, and Coco was a bit frustrated. However, guys, Coco had this first set in the bag, no doubt about it, up 5-2. I felt she took her foot off the gas pedal a little too much, got a little too comfortable. And I've been talking about that a lot lately with Coco, is when she's up, she's getting too comfortable. And I just feel in tennis, when you have the eye of the tiger, when you're up, you have to keep your foot on the gas pedal, because tennis it's a game, it's a match of runs, right? Where if your opponent gets the momentum and the energy, and I talked about this a lot, you know, a lot of subscribers ask me in tennis, why are scores so lopsided sometimes? For example, an opponent will lose 6-love. They'll lose by bagel in the first set, or a breadstick, 6-1 or 6-2. And then next set, they come out and they win it 6-3 or 6-4 or 6-2. How does that happen? Well, tennis is about runs. It's about momentum, energy. This is how you can see a player, they'll run off 10 points in a row, 2 breaks in a row, because once you get that form, once you get that timing down, it's tough for your opponent to work their way back into the set. This is why you see a lot of veteran players, and a lot of players, you know, I'm not going to call any names, but Iga Swiatek, Barbora Krejcikova, they do a lot of different things here and there that kind of throw their opponent's rhythm and momentum off. They'll hold up their racket, they'll run over, grab their towel in the worst possible place. We all know the rule book says the match is played on the server's racket. Okay, you're supposed to play at the speed of the server, but you notice Barbora and the Igas of the world, they slow up their opponents, and they do it strategically. Technically, it is breaking the rules, so technically it is cheating. right? If you're breaking the rule, it's cheating. It's as simple as that. You know, we're not going to have a conversation about breaking rules. When you're not following the rules, that's called cheating. They do that a lot because it breaks their opponent's rhythm and timing up. And I've talked about this in the past. I've highlighted the videos. I pointed it out. I'm not going to do that here. But that veteran type of mentality is a way to always keep your opponents off balance. Donna doesn't do that, by the way. I like Donna. I've always spoke highly of her. She's the type that if she's not having a good day at the office, she gets upset at herself. And I like that about her. She's a competitor. But Coco blew this first set as Donna had a Jordan fist pump. Coco would be up 5-2 and have a break point, and Donna Vekic would win. In this first set, while down 5-2, 5 of the next 6 service games in this first set, and I just felt Coco took her foot off the gas pedal. As we can see, Mom there clapping, enjoying the festivities. Coco was one of the favorites here, guys, to possibly win gold. We all know that Iga Swiatek was the overall favorite to win gold medal, while Coco, the favorite to win the silver, if you will. She had the second best odds to medal here at the Paris Olympics. But Donna Vekic does what Donna Vekic does, guys, and she would find herself back into this match. And let's get into the controversy, guys. This actually took place in the second set. That's right, guys. That's right. Coco was down facing a break point after getting the break early. Donna would battle back into the second set after Coco dropped the first set. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Now, in that first set overall, Coco had 2 double faults. She won 70% of her first serves, 61% of the about 60% of the second serves for most of the first set. She was 1 for 4 in break point opportunities. She played a solid first set for 90% of it. The second set, she started off fast, but here we get to the drama, and Coco has had enough. I have had enough. I've done so many videos on how Coco Gauff has been robbed by the chair umpires, and this needs to be said, and this will be said here, guys. As long as this world is living a lie, the darker skinned humans on this earth will continue to face discrimination. The world, we need to have a truth that needs to be said. It needs to be heard, because there's just so much going on in this world, and the discrimination, it continues. And it's this is a sport here where the chair umpire has so many tools to make the proper call and the right call. And their job is to watch the play. When we see something like this happen, especially with a star like Coco, who's by far the most popular, the most recognized player in the face of women's tennis, there's no doubt about it. I've covered that. I've discussed that many times, right? Nearly 7,000 videos on the old channel. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, guys. You know who I am. I'm Good Energy. I give you tennis coverage every single day. I've talked about this topic. Coco's by far the most recognized player in tennis. But when we constantly see only one person, the most recognized player in tennis, an African-American woman, constantly have to stand up and argue with the chair umpires about calls that she's right on, and they continue to make the wrong call, something needs to be done. Okay, guys. And again, it happens here in Paris. We saw that video, guys. 300,000 views on YouTube that I made with Pierre, how he robbed Coco against Karolina Pliskova. Not once, not twice. We're talking about 5 or 6 times in the same match. Coco finally stood up to defend herself. This particular play here, if you did not see it, well, here's what happened. Donna Vekic had the breakpoint opportunity. It should have been deuced. Donna Vekic hit the ball out. It was clearly out. The line judge called out. Okay. Once the line judge called out, that point should be awarded to Coco. Okay, Coco, hearing the ball called out, she just returned a shot. She clearly just hit it up in the air. She wasn't trying to return it or win the point or continue the rally because she heard the line judge call out. The chair umpire would overrule since Coco returned the ball after it was called out late. That's right. The point should have been awarded to Coco. She returned it. The chair umpire said, no, you returned it. It hit the net. Point goes to Donna Vekic. She gets the break. Unfair. Horrible officiating. When you're a chair umpire, you are in that chair to manage the game and make the right call, to not have an impact on the game that could be detrimental to one player or the other. This was a type of call here where the chair umpire failed. Not only did he fail the sport, he failed the players, but he failed everyone watching. This was a disgrace to tennis. This was disgusting to see. You clearly see Coco, and Francis Tiafoe walked off last time this happened to him. This continues to happen to Coco. And as much tennis as I watch, right? I've watched literally every match the last 4 years. I've given you over 7,000 videos reporting on tennis. You guys know who I am. I call it how it is. I call it fair. It's about respect. It's about calling the game with integrity. But as long as the world is living a lie, players like Coco are going to continue to get robbed and discriminated against. You know, it's a shame. I was talking to my attorney the other day, and he's like, YouTube is notorious for discriminating. I have 7,000 videos. You think they gave me a fair shot? No. Listen, guys, this was sad to watch. Very sad to watch. There's no excuse for a chair umpire who has so much training, right? You have to go through so much training to be in that chair, to fail on this level. And look, did he fail? I think he called what he wanted to call. So let's not even talk about making the wrong call. He made the wrong call clearly, but he made the right call he wanted to make. That's what he wanted to make. And this happened several times in this match. That wasn't when it happened, when Donna Vage had the opportunity, the same call, Donna Vage is serving, he gave Donna the point. That clearly says all you need to hear about this chair umpire. Yes, it was wrong. Yes, it was discrimination. And Coco had enough. She said, I'm tired of having to defend myself. It's only happening to me. Tennis is not fair to me. And it has not been fair to her. The fans, and this is why I say, as long as the world is living a lie, players like Coco, African-American players, African-American people, African people, black people are going to continue to be discriminated against. And this is focusing just on one demographic, the people that are experiencing the most discrimination blatantly, right? Outright in the open. I think it's sad. I think it's horrible. And for such a people that love everyone and show so much love and respect to everyone, we don't necessarily get it in return. And look, it's okay. People are going to be how they want to be. They're going to believe in what they want to believe in. But the problem is, as I say it again, as the world continues to live a lie, you're just going to have these darker skinned people, these African people, these black people, these African American people, these African people just face so much discrimination because this lie has to be upheld. And the longer it has to be upheld, you're just not going to experience fair situations because it's sad. It's outright sad what happened today in this match. Coco would stand up here, argue with the chair umpire. He knows he's wrong. At minimum, you replay the point. It should have been Coco point. It should have been deuce. But at minimum, you replay the point. We had a bad call, and we saw this again happen in Paris. Is it because of Pierre that she's now getting? Coco says Paris is her favorite place to play. Is it because of the situation with Pierre? Because now we saw at the French Open, the horrible same situation with Iga Swiatek. Now Coco is just getting robbed in Paris. What do you guys think? Comment below. Let's have a mature adult conversation. All right. And you guys all know this is the new channel. The old channel, yes, I had someone claiming ownership of my voice. Again, I face discrimination as well. If you guys know, I've been a huge Coco supporter for so many years. I've backed Coco for so long. I've received the hate mail every day. I received the hate messages every day. You can't tell me what I don't get. You can't tell me what I haven't seen the last few years covering Coco. Yes, guys, I receive hate, racism, discrimination every day in my inbox. Being someone that's a huge supporter of Coco, I receive all the hate that she gets. You guys don't know about what goes on behind the scenes. I have YouTube discriminating, hating on me. I have these, horrible fans. I don't know if you even want to call them fans, sending me hate mail every day. So it's tough behind the scenes as well for me, guys. But you have to hang on, continue to fight the good fight. And my advice to Coco is, so many people love you in the world. Continue to fight the good fight. It's going to come with the territory, but you showing that you're strong, showing your strength, and being able to accept these horrible calls, this cheating, this blatant racism, discrimination, and continuing to win, that's what it's all about. So just accept it. Continue to speak out about it. Like your dad said, you can change the world with your racket. We all know that. And the minute you continue to fight and speak out, you're going to have a lot of haters. You're going to have the media, especially this Eastern media, just releasing these false stories and just releasing negative press about you. But the reality is you're loved so much in the world, it doesn't really have an overall effect. So Coco here standing up to the chair umpire. And of course, he's standing firm. He's not backing down. But this is what Coco said during the umpire exchange. This isn't fair. You call it out before I hit the ball. You have to be 100% sure. It always happens to me on the court. I always have to advocate for myself. This is the 4th, 5th time this year. No, Coco. It's like the 10th time this year. This isn't fair. I feel like I'm getting cheated constantly in this game. You are Coco. Okay? And listen, the face, I'm not sure who made this graphic, but come on, you could have did a better job with the face. I don't really like the image there. I constantly feel that I have to argue, and then you guys apologize afterwards saying, I'm sorry. What does that do for me in the match? Okay, it's not intentional, but it happens to me. It happens to Serena. You guys are not fair to me, and I hope one day the game becomes fair, but it's not. The game is not fair to Coco, and we all see that. We all know that. The only advice I can say to Coco is continue fighting, keep pushing, stay strong. You're an amazing talent. The world loves you despite what you're dealing with on the court. It's complete discrimination. It's complete blatant racism. It's not fair, because if you want to say this call was fair, it happened. The same call happened to Donna, a couple more service games later, and Donna got the point. Same thing happened to Donna. So, you can't, how can you judge that as fair? It's not fair. Coco, keep pushing, keep fighting. We are supporters of you. And if you missed the match, after this call happened, Coco literally she just threw in the towel. I would say to Coco, it's sometimes you just have to throw in the towel to make a bigger statement, right? Because let's say if she continued fighting and she won the match, this would get overlooked. Sometimes you have to say, look, no more. We need to talk about this right now. And I felt that's what Coco did, because she clearly didn't play the rest of that second set. She did blow the first set. There's no doubt about it. This possibly wouldn't have happened if she would have played strong in the first set. But overall, I just feel these officials, especially in France lately after the Pierre exchange, which I covered that video, 300,000 views on YouTube. Go watch it. I just felt she hasn't been getting her fair share of calls, especially in Paris, which is her favorite city to play. And it's a shame, guys. Tennis in a minute. How do you feel about the call? This video is brought to you via the Fair Use Doctrine, Fair Dealings Act. We are covered under Section 107 of the copyright law. That's right. Tennis News Reporting. I'm your host, Good Energy. Comment below. What do you feel? I think it was a discrimination. I think it was a wrong call. I think it was a horrible judgment. You clearly heard the call out. The shot came after it was out. Clearly, bad call, ladies and gentlemen. Comment below. Coco still has a chance to medal. It's going to be simple. She's got to win here to the end. That's right, guys. She needs a total of, that's right, she's going to need 6 wins. She already has 2. She cannot lose any more matches. Coco can still win a medal, and I think she will, but it's going to be tough. Coco Gauff robbed again. Tennis in a minute. Comment below. What do you think?